Guys, hope you're all doing well. I was just about to go to bed until I caught wind of some very interesting information. Do you guys remember the Culling? A Battle Royale game before Battle Royale games were really a thing. A game that came out all the way back in 2016. Now, the Culling was actually a very good game. It had its issues like most early access games, but it was actually one of the first Battle Royale games that actually did a few interesting things. Had a very clever combat system that was very rock, paper, scissors. There was some actual skill to it. It was very good, worked well with the servers. Now, sometimes they had hiccups, but 9 times out of 10, everything worked and everything felt fair. The game could have done really well, long before PUBG and the like ever saw the light of day. Probably before they were even really thought of. Possibly. Maybe they're in the works. I don't know. But anyway, I digress. The Culling kind of died. Kind of unceremoniously, as they decided to stop listening to the fanbase. They decided to stop listening to the community and made some changes that nobody was really happy with. So the game had spent all this time making strides forwards and fixing things to then take a massive step backwards and then kind of did what Battlefield 5 decided to do, which was like, no, we know how we want our game, fuck y'all, flip the bird, and, drive off into the sunset. And then they go, oh, where's all the players gone? This is really unusual. Yeah, your players left because you made the game terrible. They took all the skill out of the combat system, rejigged all that, so it wasn't really a rock, paper, scissors, it was spam all the buttons and you would probably win the fight. Instead of having this clever system of, if you're blocking, then you will be staggered if somebody pushes you instead of attacking you. If they attack you while you're blocking, you're staggered. So this had a very clever rock, paper, scissors mechanic where there was some actual skill involved and good timing. And then they just did away with all that and completely fucked it up. So the game died an unceremonious death. And then, out of the blue, in mid-July 2018, the Culling 2 came out. Surprising everybody because no one really knew that the Culling was sort of coming back. And it didn't really come back. The Culling 2 was the most shameless PUBG sort of rip-off I've frankly ever seen that's not like some sort of shitty mobile game. It was completely devoid of everything that made the original Culling clever and interesting. It added third person, and it was just an absolute clone of PUBG. It did absolutely nothing new. It was just a shambles of its former self. And again, they clearly hadn't listened or taken any feedback, once again, from the community about what people were actually looking for. So it came out, and the launch day went as well as you could probably expect, in fact worse. There was a whole 2 people playing, I think, when I played it, and a lot less a few days after. So that was something else. I think if we check the Steam charts now, can we see the Steam charts now of the average players in the last 30 days? 2.6, with a peak amount of players of 8. That is something. That is something else. That's crazy. And if we go back in time in 2020. Still 2.6. Match 2. In September 2019, there was 1.7. So, its busiest day, pretty much after it came out, there was 300 people playing. And after that, it just gets halved to 129, halved again, and just kind of keeps halving all the way down. Just because it's just a shameless piece of shit. But wait, there's more. Something even more bizarre has happened. So, guess what happened next? Well, the saga of Xavians, I think you pronounced their name, just seems to get worse and worse as it goes on. And at this point, I just don't think anybody is paying any attention to real life and what's going on in the world right now. Because, obviously, after the Culling 2 came out, it did so terrible that it was just killed almost immediately. And because that wasn't a success, they decided to go, well, shit, let's just do what we did before when it was working. And they decided to try and bring back the Culling as the Culling Origins. So the idea was to go free to play, but it lasted not even a year. They tried to have it from September 2018, but it had closed down again by May 2019. And so 2 versions of the game were killed off in the same year. And so now this new game, another version of Culling Origins, it's been resurrected again. And the way they're doing it is just baffling. Absolutely baffling. It's not free to play. No. It's not pay to win. No, not really. But what they've done is they're having a system, right? So you have to buy packs of tokens to play the game. So in their own words, you can play 1 match a day online for free, which makes no sense because if you don't own the game, you have to buy the game. So you have to buy the game in order to play that 1 match a day for free. So it's not free to play, and I don't understand how they're getting away with saying that you can play a match for free each day, because you have to own the game or you have to buy the game to be able to play that free match. And so players can play additional matches through the following means. Winning an online match grants you an online match token. So winner stays on, kind of, as it were. But here's the rub. Packs of online match tokens can be purchased. 3 tokens is 99 cents. 10 tokens, $2.99, or 20 tokens is $4.99. Or an online pass can be purchased, which will give you unlimited online play for 7 days for $1.99, or 30 days for the same asking price of the game, $5.99. Which is just mind-bogglingly fucking stupid. I mean, what in the ungodly fuck would possess a company that's trying to take a game that's already dead and resurrect it by having a literal pay-to-play model? Not pay-to-win, pay-to-play it. Not just buy the game and then play it forever for free. You have to buy the game and then buy more access to that game to be able to play it. I just don't understand. Like, at first I thought this was a joke when I saw it announced. I was like, this has got to be a joke. There's going to be a /s at the end of this, and they go, haha, troll, April Fools, and, you know, so that it was going to be free to play. I just can't understand. But anyway, they've said this monetization approach is to ensure that players will be able to visit the island for years to come. Yeah, I don't think anyone's going to be back. I don't think the game's going to even have players after a week. It's going to go straight back down to that 1 or 2 people playing, which is what the Culling 2 had. I don't understand what would possess a company to think that this is a good idea. I mean, how out of touch do you have to be to think this is a good idea? Well, there's all these free-to-play Battle Royale games. You've got Apex Legends, you've got PUBG, which has got a free version now. You've got Warzone, which is free. Even silly random games like Cuisine Royale are free. All these alternative options are actually really good. I just don't understand. This isn't even shooting yourself in the foot. This is just failing before you've even started by taking something that's already failed and then trying to bring it back and asking people for money for it immediately. This is the state of gaming apparently in 2020. There are some game companies that just think that this is a good idea and people will be okay with it. Xavian, you really need to fire your CEOs and start from scratch if you want to remain relevant in this day and age, because even EA would wince. EA would wince at this kind of model. I know EA is probably somewhere writing this all down, and probably Activision as well. Write that down. Pay to play each match. But even they wouldn't be I hope they wouldn't be as stupid as this to do this kind of thing. This is just ridiculous. Unbelievable. But what do you guys think? Let me know in your comments down below. I'm sure we can roast this game a little bit more. But I'm kind of sad to see it descend into this. If you go really far back on my channel, if you search The Culling and my name on YouTube, we had some absolute amazing times in this game. And it's sad to see it die, and then die again, and then die for a 4th time now. This will be the 4th time it's died, and it will die. It's very easy to make a prediction on this one. It will die unless they make this completely free to play and try to finance it in another way with like skins or something like that. It needs to take the Fortnite model and work around that and listen to the community, but they can't do either, clearly. So I think it's gonna die again. So yeah, guys, thank you for watching. I'm gonna go to goddamn bed. But if you're watching this right after I upload it, or later on, thank you very much for watching. Love you all. Take care. Be safe. Wash your hands. Wash your face. wash your bum. Not in that order. Actually, yes, do that. No, yeah, wash your face, wash your bum, wash your hands. Don't wash your bum, then wash your face, then wash your hands. That'd be weird.